Hey everyone, this is Joe in general. This is very breaking news. I was just going through my Twitter feed as I usually do, and I saw a tweet from Mike Cernovich. Now, he was linking to a Periscope videocast, a live Periscope videocast of someone at New York University watching Gavin McInnes give a talk. Most of you might be quite familiar with Gavin McInnes. Check him out, he's fantastic. But not too long after the talk begins, the tolerant left start yelling and screaming, etc. So let's check out a bit of the footage and let's see what first set them off.
And then this is the fun game. How much should it be? Like it's $1,000 a month for students in America we spend. Public school students. Should it be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? They never know. And then the other fun game is play it through. Like, okay, I'm a Nazi. You got to pepper spray me, right? If I'm coming here. And by the way, I've never been pepper sprayed before. That is a wild ride. Whoa! It's like getting kicked in the balls. And when I got sprayed, I had this, like, your eyes hurt, obviously, because if some guy put pepper spray in a squirt gun, so I felt like in my eyeballs. And then you get this sense of panic where you're like, how do I know this isn't acid? And then you're like, oh yeah, this isn't Islam. Even these guys, our worst guys, it's just pepper spray at the end of the day.
So that's what set them off. He was talking about the time he got pepper sprayed, and he was saying at first, when you get sprayed, the first thing you think of is, holy shit, what's this? You know, is it acid? Is, you know, like battery acid or something really corrosive, something like that. And then he goes, oh, and then I thought, oh no, this isn't Islam. And that's what's obviously set them off. And the referral to Islam is to do with, I assume, is to do with women, some, not all women, of course, but a whole bunch and some different cases of women being having acid thrown in their faces by men of the Islamic ideology for various reasons. So it's pretty terrible. I mean, you can look that up on YouTube or just do some research on that. It's terrible stuff. But that's what he's referring to, and he's basically saying, you know, these guys, these protesters are the worst of our worst. Yet, you know, it's just pepper spray. So, you know, he's saying at least it's not Islam. He's not in Islam. He's not getting acid thrown on his face. Yeah, it's a pretty controversial thing to say, but it's not. It is born out of some facts. I mean, it does happen. But let's go back and listen to that one more time. And then we'll continue on to see what happens. We'll skip through the Periscope vidcast and see what ensues.
Wild ride. Whoa! It's like getting kicked in the balls. And when I got sprayed, I had this, like, your eyes hurt, obviously, because if some guy put pepper spray in a squirt gun, so I felt like in my eyeballs. And then you get this sense of panic where you're like, how do I know this isn't acid? And then you're like, oh yeah, this isn't Islam.
Now, first off, Gavin McInnes he's a comedian. I mean, that's kind of a comedian and an actor, and that's kind of where he started off. He's been in the media many, many years as well, but he's sort of on the, you know, the comic political commentator, not so much as Jon Stewart, for example, who, you know, obviously used to host the Daily Show, but, you know, Gavin's a really funny guy, and he uses, you know, this kind of humor, which I think it's funny. Yeah, controversial, but yeah, it's still funny. It's not I don't think it's anything to jump up and down about.
Even these guys, our worst guys, it's just pepper spray at the end of the day.
So they're shouting, whose campus? Our campus. Whose campus? Our campus. And what's the hypocriticism with this? Well, they're shouting, whose campus? Our campus. Well, what do they mean by our campus? Is it our campus meaning New York University students? It's New York University students' campus? Well, if that's what they're saying, then there's a lot of New York University students in the room there to hear Gavin McInnes speak. So it doesn't sound like they're saying whose campus? Our campus, all students' campus. They're saying whose campus? The left's campus. And the people with right-leaning ideologies, right-leaning political ideas are not welcome in our campus. Well, that's free speech for you. As in, what I mean is, I think for free speech is good. What I mean is they're exercising their free speech right to protest, protesting against someone who is speaking. Gavin McInnes is exercising his free speech right, and they're protesting against that. So that's very hypocritical too. So this actually happens for quite a while. They're still shouting, whose campus, our campus. It goes on for quite a long time. The whole Periscope vidcast is about 45 minutes. Go check it out on Periscope if you can find it. But I'll skip through, and there's a couple of important parts that I think you guys should see. So this is the point where it won't be the dean of the university or anything. It'll be maybe a lecturer or someone from this particular faculty gets up and tries to speak to the protesters.
So I'm asking folks here, NYU has a terrific tradition of free speech and letting people talk. If people throw jails and they want to protest their venues,
I could be wrong, but it sounds like, and it's really hard to pick up, but it sounds like he's saying the protesters have a right to be here. I think that's what he's trying to say, I think. But if this is a privately held event, and it's open to maybe, just ticket purchases, for example, then if the protesters didn't purchase tickets, then they don't have a right to be there. If it's a private event, then I presume Gavin McInnes has the right to say, you are not allowed in this private event. So let's try and figure out what he's saying.
I'm asking folks here, NYU has a terrific tradition of free speech and letting people talk. Can I please speak? Okay, if people throw jails and they want to protest their venues,
So he just said, give the speaker the opportunity to speak. And it sounds like a lot of the protesters are just shouting no. So, no, you may not exercise your free speech right. And we're going to use our free speech rights to tell you that you're not allowed to do that.
At some point in time, we will ask you to leave.
Now, he's just said, at some point in time, we'll ask you to leave. So I think this is the point here where Gavin starts going against this guy. So he's saying, it seems to be that he's saying to the protesters, have your little bit of time, and then some point we'll ask you to leave. But get all your frustrations out now, and at some point we'll ask you to leave. And let's see how Gavin reacts to that.
Are disruptive. At some point in time, we would ask you to leave.
Take us out.
So if you're being disruptive, at some point we'll ask you to leave. Gavin's like, what are you talking about? They're being disruptive now.
Give the speaker an opportunity to speak. If in fact people are disruptive, at some point in time, we would ask you to leave.
Take us out, Martin. Take us out.
See that? See this guy here, he is, I think, and I could be wrong, but he seems to definitely be, well, not on Gavin's side, because look at that body language. Look at the way he just put his arm out just there and sort of kind of just, pushed him back a little bit.
Take us out, Martin. Take us out.
Well, maybe he's trying to be as impartial as possible. So he's saying, let the speaker speak. If the protesters begin to be disruptive, which they already are, and I can see that that's Gavin McInnes's argument. He's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? They're being disruptive. I'm here to give a talk to people who are interested in free speech, and these people are interrupting that. So let's check out what happens.
Nailed it. That was a wake-up call. They'll be selling us church mice now.
Shame on you.
So that's a sarcastic. He's going, yeah, they're going to be really quiet now. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for telling them to be quiet. They're going to be real quiet now. So again, I'm just going to skip through this to certain points because I don't want to bore you guys with the whole thing. If you want to see the whole thing, go check it out on Periscope. I guess search for Gavin McInnes, NYU, something like that. So still lots of screaming and hollering. There's not much to stay on, not much to show you guys here at the moment while they're screaming and hollering. As in, you can't hear what Gavin McInnes is saying, so there's no point. Oh, now they've gone back to this one. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. Now check out this guy here. This is interesting. It's pretty fun. I thought it was interesting. We've got... Where are we? This guy here is, later on you'll see, he starts having a conversation with a protester, and you look at the protester's body language versus his body language. He's sitting down and just a bit more calm, etc. But that's coming up in a little bit.
What's up, guys?
Your vote is going towards violence.
90% of Muslims in the world are still allowed to enter the United States. Okay? What? Obama created the list of
Okay, so the video ends not long after that. They're just exiting the room. But I found the entire video on YouTube without my wonderful commentary. So you can watch this entire video. It's by a YouTube channel called Proud Boys USA. Check them out. Subscribe to them. I presume it's probably the guy or girl who, well, Proud Boys, probably the guy who took the original video on Periscope. But check that out. But look, this is once again this, the tolerant left exercising their right given to them by the United States for free speech. The United States are the only country in the world which have a right to free speech written into their constitution. It's the First Amendment, for God's sake. Only country in the world, and here's the tolerant left exercising their free speech right, having a go at someone who's exercising their free speech right, Gavin McInnes. It's just a differing opinion. And it's not even a really far right. It's not Nazism. He's not, saying go and kill Jews and all this. He just has a right-leaning, differing opinion to these protesters, and they can't fucking handle it. They cannot handle even a wildly different opinion to their own. So they get up and they shout and they holler and they come into this, what I assume is a private event. I presume that the protesters weren't invited. I presume that, there were signs on the door saying protesters welcome. They know they're probably not welcome, but they go anyway, and they can't try and stop this guy from speaking when it's just a differing opinion. He's not inciting violence. He's certainly not inciting violence. You know who is inciting violence and actually instigating violence, creating violence? The left. Such as yesterday, where there were hundreds and hundreds of protesters, more like rioters, more like looters, vandalizers, arsonists, at Milo Yiannopoulos' event at UC Berkeley, where a female Milo fan got pepper sprayed. There's video of a guy who's lying unconscious in the street who was beaten up. And then there's protesters going past and continue just hitting him with stuff. This unconscious guy just hitting him with stuff. And again, breaking into things, smashing ATMs, breaking into a Starbucks, looting a Starbucks. And Milo's event was actually cancelled. He didn't even get to speak. All because he has a differing opinion to the left and they can't fucking handle it. And that's the left for you in general. Speaking of in general, this is my YouTube channel. I am Joe in general. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Much more of a right-leaning view of the world than a left-leaning view of the world. Having said that, I go wherever reason and evidence takes me. I have 270 subscribers right now. That's double the subscribers I had about a week ago or so. I did a couple of videos recently which have had quite a large amount of views. It was to do with an event that happened locally here in Melbourne. But this is my channel. Check it out. It's about firearms, preparedness, excerpts from other people's stuff. Of course, I do my own stuff as well. Check out this one here in particular. So there's much more from me. So thanks for watching this video. Check out Gavin McInnes' stuff on YouTube. He's fantastic. Of course, check out Milo's stuff as well. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you soon.